This is OKOP. I'm Samuel Donner.
And I'm John Frye.
And we tell the funniest stories on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I see it, like we were just saying, oh yeah. Whenever I think of oh yeah, I always think of, Vector from Despicable Me.
The bowl cut.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There's this guy on TikTok that have you seen that guy?
Oh, his whole thing is
his
like he's
whole
Vector.
thing is dressing up as Vector.
Once you find something that works,
Dude, well, but it's like I imagine he just like one day dressed up as Vector and thought it'd be funny for a TikTok.
Yeah.
And then it popped off and he did another one. And then it's like, this is my life now. I am Vector.
That is wild. Like
you just become something that like you just like you're like the TikTok audience just forces you to metamorphosize into another being.
Yeah. That's what I love about doing something like this. It's like we still are individual people and we're kind of like in this show. That guy literally has to be Vector in all like every like I don't know public engagement or like anything. He literally has to be Vector.
Yeah, and dude, like
he has no choice.
Like is there like a copyright around that or something? Like is he allowed to be Vector?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe it's like satire and he can get like SNL, like they're able to like mock brands.
Like he's like not Vector. Or
yeah,
like,
like
remember like
Vector.
dumb Starbucks.
Yeah.
Or,
Exactly.
Anyway. I got a story for you about a hitchhiker.
Segueing now to story
right now. Eating a chip. It tastes good. Eating a chip in your neighborhood.
Ooh.
What am I eating? I'm eating a chip.
Yep.
Why don't you dip this chip in your lip? Ooh, we're making out. We're eating this chip together. It's like Lady and the Tramp.
Ooh.
But with chips.
Sip that spaghetti.
Wait, why haven't they done like boba drinks?
Like in a bottle?
Yeah, like do I have to get it?
That's a great question.
Do I have to get it in a store?
Yeah.
All right. I was knocked out and robbed of everything after picking up a hitchhiker. Then I finally find my family and give them the biggest surprise of their lives.
Sounds like a terrible road trip to me.
Yeah, I know, dude. You don't pick it like it's not the 70s anymore. Don't pick up hitchhikers.
Yeah. It could be interesting, but
I don't, it's just danger, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's just I think maybe like us, like if you're like, two big, strong men.
That's right.
Maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
But like I also feel bad because like, you're helping someone out. So it's like, you want to do that. But literally there were whole strings of murders and like in like the 70s and 80s, like,
right.
Like the serial killers literally target people who by hitchhiking.
That's their
their thing.
That's their move, their strategy.
Yeah, bro. It's like, oh, this dumb fellow wants to go pick up a random person. Easy target.
True.
Still be nice, but serial killers are out there. Yeah. They're targeting you.
This is true.
This happened a few years ago when I was living in Zimbabwe at the time. Zimbabwe.
Hey.
Zimbabwe. Isn't like the Zimbabwean dollar worth like nothing?
Yeah, that's like the classic. Every time someone says inflation, it's like people in Zimbabwe had barrels of money or whatever.
Bro. Dude, it looks crazy. It looks crazy. Just money is just paper, y'all. Never forget Bitcoin.
Yeah.
All right. This happened a few years ago, and I was living in Zimbabwe at the time. And I was having a pretty bad day. I was going to see my auntie who lived about 400 kilometers away from me. If you're African, which I am not, so I may not understand, you'll understand that this is no small journey. So I got in my car and set off. And about 3 hours into the journey, came across this dude by the side of the road who was going in the same direction. So out of the goodness of my heart, good job, OP, I said, jump in. We go to talking, and he happened to be going to the exact same village as me, and he knew my auntie.
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
Where are you going? Oh, I'm going there too. Who are you seeing? That's my best friend. Trust established.
There we go. Half an hour passes, and we're making polite chit chat and reminiscing about old times in Zimbabwe when the dollar was worth $1. Remember when we didn't have to lug all this money around?
No wheelbarrows needed.
No wheelbarrows needed. We could fit that money in the wallet. When all of a sudden, he tells me to pull over. So I do. He runs out of the car and starts making retching noises. So I assume he's throwing up. It's dark at this point, so I can't really see much. So I go check on him. First mistake. I get out and go to his side, expecting him to be there, but he's not. Then I hear someone behind me, and before I know it, I'm unconscious.
No.
Oh, God.
Poor OP.
So I wake up a couple hours later. I know this because the sun was coming up at this point without my car, clothes, or wallet. No clothes.
Oh, gosh. It doesn't specify if he had like underwear, did it?
I don't think so, but I assume no clothes. I'm thinking no clothes.
That dude, it's one thing having all your possessions gone, being naked and stranded.
Yeah, bro, that's just like,
I
feel like that's just mean.
Because literally, you don't need his tighty whities or his like, you really need his pants.
I really tried to steal this guy's like 30-year-old underwear.
And
like,
imagine this poor guy's running up to people in town like, please, I've been robbed. And they're like, get away from me,
crazy man. I'm not picking up no hitchhiker.
Oh my God. Yeah. Here you go. You're hitchhiking, but instead of putting your thumb up, you're just boop, just sticking that bad boy.
Put the other thing up, baby.
I'm ready to be picked up, guys.
Hopefully it's longer than your thumb so it catches more attention. So I'm thinking, great. I look around and see I'm on some farmland wearing the guy's. Wait, what? I look around and see him on some farmland wearing the guy's clothes.
Wearing the robber's clothes?
Yeah, he
took his clothes and the robber put his clothes on him. Wow.
Wait. I look around and see him on farmland wearing the other guy's clothes. I was reading that. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah.
The robber was like, bro, that shirt is fire. You know, I'm going to cop this fit.
Literally. It's like, what do you need my clothes? Like you, what are we doing?
And like, he's really like, this Robert took his time taking all this shit.
Oh yeah. And dressing him back.
Yeah.
You know, I guess at least it was better than leaving him. With
at least
clothes.
Sophie's not naked. So I start walking in no particular direction and eventually come across a settlement. I explain to them my situation and they tell me the nearest main road is at least a good half a day's walk from where I am. And they don't get many cars coming through this part, but they heard one last night, which might be our thief. I started walking in the direction they pointed me. And after what felt like forever, I come across a road. So I pitch up and start waiting. Now, I know what most of you are thinking. Why not call someone? Well, I had no phone with me. And I don't have the best memory, so I didn't know any of the numbers that would come in handy. And also, like, how many numbers do you know?
I do know my dad and my mom's number.
Yeah, I know my dad and I know my dad and my mom's number. I know my ex-girlfriend's number.
I know my best friend from elementary school's house number.
Say it out loud.
I was about to say, I literally almost started saying my mom and my dad's number.
Yeah, no, but yeah. See, I think like you're like there was a certain point where you just didn't need to remember anyone's number
I think
anymore.
we're truly the last generation because like I got a cell phone in like middle school.
Yeah.
Now every kid beyond is gonna have cell phones with like contacts.
Exactly. Like the only reason that I memorized my ex-girlfriend's number is because I'm like, oh, it'll be cute if I just know her number by heart. Wrong.
Hey, babe.
Not cute.
Guess what I memorized?
Your cell phone number. After a couple hours, a car stops and lets me hitch. I let him know the situation, and he says we're in the... I'm just imagining, like, he gets in the car, and then they rob him of his clothes. It's like, yo, that fit looks great.
No,
robbed.
My last possessions. No, they literally like take his clothes and knock him out, take his clothes, and they just gave him like a potato sack, like a potato sack diaper.
Dude, you know Dobby?
Dobby, yes.
Like a pillowcase.
Literally a pillowcase.
Dobby, you gifted Dobby with a sock. Master has gifted Dobby with a sock.
Oh god.
Dobby is free.
Dobby is free.
I just watched Harry Potter, so I got all the quotes in my head.
Nice.
Okay, wait. Where am I? After a couple hours, a car stops and lets me hitch. I let him know the situation, and he says we're in the complete opposite direction of my intended destination, but he's willing to drop me close enough to walk the rest of the way, to which I thought, great.
Yeah.
Takes a good 2 days to get there, and he drops me off, and I say my goodbyes to my driver. I take down his number so I can repay him later on. which is, dude, like OP is so nice.
Such a
Like,
saint, dude. Such a saint.
Bro got his clothes, his car, his phone stolen, and he's still thinking about repaying this guy. Like, what a legend.
Oh, wow.
At this point, I'm starting to recognize my surroundings. I walk for a few miles, and as I'm getting closer to my aunties, I can hear a lot of singing and what appears to be a large crowd, which I thought was strange. I'm about 100 feet from my house, and I see my son, which again, I thought was strange because he was meant to be in school at this time. But instead of running to me and hugging me as he normally does, he runs away screaming to my complete bewilderment. I get to the gate,
What?
and all of a sudden, the large crowd, alerted by my son's screams, has stopped singing and has stood silent. My wife appears and starts to run towards me, hugging and kissing me like I've been gone for months. My auntie appears and immediately faints when she sees me. I still have no clue what's going on at this point, and I'm exhausted. So we rush to get my auntie inside, and I see my picture on top of a large box that resembles a coffin sitting in the living room. So it turns out the guy who robbed me and made off with my car, my wallet, and all my clothes was in a car crash so bad that they couldn't identify the body. And because the only things they could use to identify him was my wallet, and they assumed that it was me that had died in the crash. Since there was no body of sorts, they could arrange the funeral pretty quickly. And that is what I stumbled upon. My son still has nightmares to this day. And my wife has told me to never pick up a hitchhiker again. Holy moly, that is
God.
a crazy story, bro.
My guy pulled up to his own funeral.
Sheesh. Wasn't there like some wasn't there some like celebrity that wanted to throw his own funeral like before he died?
Oh, they probably all do, honestly. I don't remember.
They're all
the specific
faking their
one,
own death.
Wow.
Freaking crazy, bro.
That's insane.
Zimbabwe's
insane.
nuts, man.
Dude.
Oh, I guess like everywhere you got carjackers and
Dude,
crap.
and OP just kept being a nice guy. He wouldn't stop. Watch one day in the future, like he's just gonna be driving along and be like, you know what? It's been a few years. Like it's time. This person looks stranded. You know?
Don't do it.
Don't do it,
OP.
Please no.
Don't put your family through that again.
Yeah.
But you know what you should always put your family through?
Ooh, watching OKOP and subscribing.
Ooh, follow us on Spotify and TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to be a real one, support us on Patreon.
That's right. Join the family. Jameson, Felicia, Joey, Sandra, Ariel, Casey, Zephorius, Davine, Mo, Amanda, Will, Desiree, Keegan, and Kathy Quigley.
See you soon.
Oh, yeah.
The phone company switched my number with a Chinese restaurant, and now I'm getting angry calls from all their customers. I'm not a restaurant either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a
Yeah,
restaurant.
screw you, all you restaurants out there. I'm coming for you. I'm shutting you down. I'm giving you the COVID.
Making sure that you can't open up your business doors until next decade.
That's
yo.
right.
Bam. I just saw the post where OP's home number was 1 digit off from a Chinese restaurant. Back in the day, we moved into a new town, and on the first night discovered that the phone company gave us the number of a Chinese restaurant that had closed 6 months earlier.
That sucks.
Literally dozens of times every Friday and Saturday night, our phone rang from people who had old menus back when there were paper menus. I figured if I just told everyone they closed, it would only take a couple of weeks before the calls stopped. Narrator. The calls continued for months. This is how the calls went. Me, every time I answer the phone. Hi, China Blossom closed. Wrong number. 8 out of 10 callers said, okay, sorry, bye.
Yeah.
10% of callers, what? Why did they close? When did that happen? Do you know any other good Chinese places? They really closed? Huh, they were really good. So did they like convert the restaurant to apartments or something? What's that like? I was not living in an abandoned Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
I just had their old number. But the other 10%, the other 10%, right? So we've gone over the 8 out of 10. We've gone
That's
over
right.
the 10%. They said, hangry jerk. No, they did not close. No, they did not close. Me, yeah, sorry, they closed. No, I drove by today. You're open. Cut it out and take my order, gosh darn it.
That's amazing.
Me, they close. Bye. Hangs up. Hangry jerk calls back, and I answer because for reasons I needed to answer my phone, and this was just before you could screen calls. Me, seriously, stop calling. They closed. Hangry jerk, just effing take my order. I know you're open. Me, sure, what can I get you?
Hey.
Angry jerk, orders. You want rice with that? Okay, 45 minutes. 45 minutes later, when the person is sitting in an empty parking lot outside a closed restaurant, the phone rings. Hangry jerk. What the F? There's no lights on. The door is locked. Where's my food? Me. I told you it's closed.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how
That's
you
beautiful.
get people to stop doing that.